And great pleasure to welcome to the show, and really one of the best singers in the business, and always great to have a chance to chat with him. He has a brand new CD out. It's called Live in Liverpool 2013. We're joined by Jack Jones today on the show. And Jack, I was checking through the archives. It was about 6-7 years ago we had you on another station, so good to chat with you again. How have you been?
I've been great. I was in Bradenton about a couple of years ago now, I guess. Had a great time.
I saw that, yeah. Well, we didn't get a chance to chat with you then. I think it was over at the State College you did a couple of shows, the Neal Performing Center, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And while you're traveling around, I know you just said before we went on, I was checking your website, you're heading to the Philippines, so that's a big road trip for you.
Well, yeah, it's a long trip, but right now, with all what's going on television, all this frightening trepidations about the Olympics, we're going the other direction.
Right. Have you performed there before, Jack, in the Philippines? Have you been there before?
Many times. Yeah. Many times. I played there back in about 66, 67 for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And at the Arenado Coliseum, and we did it with 9,000 people. They told me that they wanted to know if I was going to sing the Lorelei, and I said, no, I don't sing that in my show. And then everybody kind of went quiet. The drummer told me that I better sing it, and I said, no, why should I? Why should I? He said, because that's why you're here. So that song was never anywhere else in the world, just in the Philippines for me. That was it.
That's interesting.
So I put it in. They told me that if I didn't do it, that they would roll 9,000 Coke bottles down the aisle. So they're very peaceful, wonderful, romantic people, and I've been going there for years. I love it.
I was watching, I don't know if you've seen it yet, the documentary about Paul Williams, and they showed a bit in there. Well, he went over there, and he's huge over there. So they appreciate American music, I guess, over there. That's good to know.
Yeah, no, I did see, and the promoter I was with last time I was there 2.5 years ago. He talked a lot about Paul, and Paul's a good friend of mine, and Paul's the one that actually called me up and asked me if I would sing the Love Boat.
Oh, really?
On the show. and that was on the air for 9 years. He wrote it.
Sure.
He wrote it with Charlie Fox.
Yeah. Which is, I guess it's back on METV. I've seen that on the weekends. It's back on, at least down here in Florida. So that show is going to be on forever, Jack.
I just helped to get Gavin McLeod get his star on the Walk of Stars here in Palm Springs, and that's California, not Florida.
Sure.
Here in Palm Springs, and I sang a special lyric that I wrote about him and to him of the Love Book.
Oh, great! Yeah, I've been out there. I was out there a couple of years ago to visit. It's not too far different than we're here in Sarasota, Jack. Very great arts town. So I'd like to come back and visit there. It's a great place, Palm Springs.
It is. It's very much like it, and it's a wonderful climate, and most of the time.
Well, let's talk about the CD. This one is live in Liverpool. It's a live performance. I guess you did it last year, right, Jack? A couple of performances you put together in the CD.
Did it last May, towards the end of the British tour, and I didn't know I had a CD there. I just told the guy to record the show and put it on a hard drive, and I got usually it's a great mix, but usually the voice is too far out in front, and I was just going to keep it for the archives, and I got home and I heard it, and I did some EQing and some editing of what songs, and it turned out to be something that people. See, we have a website, and we sell it on the jackjonesmusicstore.com,
right.
And it's really they're buying it like crazy. They love it, so I'm glad.
Yeah, I guess with the internet now, iTunes and all that, it's kind of changed the way you have to sell your music. But I guess it's working out okay. I know radio stations don't tend to play as much of it. We're happy to play it down here, but it's a whole different deal with music selling now, isn't it?
No, it's not working out okay. I think it's not for the better, but it's the way it's going. The main problem is streaming, where people can subscribe to a free source and just listen to their favorite songs
for
nothing, and without even having to listen. Well, there are two ways to do it. You can subscribe and then listen to a commercial, but then you can also pay a little bit more and have no commercials. That's no good. the whole system is broken down now, and thanks to you guys, you're keeping vigil. I have another friend of mine who's on the other side of Florida, Dick Robinson.
Oh, sure.
Opening a new station in Palm Beach.
Palm Beach, right.
Palm Beach.
Yep.
So, long live you guys.
Yeah, we just recently switched over to the format, and I'm glad we did. I've done this show on a couple of different stations down here, but I grew up in New York listening to WNEW, so we kind of try and pattern it after that great station in New York, playing the American Popular Songbook, and of course you're a part of that. And I know we have limited time. I just want to talk about a couple of the songs on there. The one that kind of stood out for me, I remember you did this on a PBS special, maybe 20, 25 years ago, and you do a great version on this, a little bit different, without a song. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, and I didn't know if anybody remembered. Yeah,
I remember.
PBS show, yeah. And I always liked that arrangement, and never did it on stage before, and then I finally put it in the show, and then you have. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, a lot of people like that.
I remember when it was on originally. I lived in New York, like I said. Then I know it's it's probably not the best place for it. It's on YouTube, which people, like you said, can watch for free, but it is up there. But that's the old Tommy Dorsey song, and you got a great arrangement there. And now you do kind of a live arrangement on the CD, and it's a different take on it, just as good. So I thought that was fun to kind of listen to both back to back.
It's on YouTube again, and here again we're into what can be done electronically. There's a guy in Liverpool who shot me from the audience in high def, and so he put it up there, and I saw it, and I got hold of it, and I was able to put my track, match it up, and do some cutaways, and match it up with what he shot, and put it back up on YouTube. So there's a version there with the full sound and some extra footage.
Oh, you mean the new version they put up too? I was talking about the one from the TBS special is up there. Yeah.
No, he put it up, and then I took it and put it back up again.
Okay.
with the track, with the right track, because it's synced up. Because he was there shooting when I was recording.
I did want to ask you one thing, and you talk about it on the CD. You tell a great Ed Sullivan story. I won't ask you to tell it now, but my uncle was on that a few times. He was a singer in New York, and the story you tell is pretty much what he used to talk about. Ed would have a little trouble sometimes.
Just fine now. And there's a whole group of people that are younger that if I do that, they think there's something wrong with me. So, he was a wonderful man, and he was very helpful to a lot of people. What I wanted to broach here is the fact, in keeping with what we're talking about, now, as you may have read, Dancing with the Stars has fired their band because they're afraid that they're driving younger people away, so they don't want a traditional sounding band, so they're going to bring in an electronic band and play some tracks and do it that way. So all those guys are out of work.
Wow.
Because everybody's afraid of the demographics.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense to me, Jack. And I grew up 70s, kind of caught the tail end of the variety show era, but I've always enjoyed that type of entertainment, and unfortunately that's not around anymore, where you went on with Ed Sullivan and Dean Martin and those great shows, and unfortunately they're no longer around.
Well, we were in those days, when we were younger guys, we were impressionable. We didn't want to get rid of the classic artists. We wanted to keep them around as long as we could.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different ballgame now.
Yeah. I did want to say hello from a mutual friend. Dina Martin has become a friend of ours. I saw a picture she posted with you on your birthday a week or so ago, so happy birthday to you on that.
Yeah, she's great. She's a great friend.
Saw her out in Vegas in December, so it was nice to... and she's keeping it alive, too, with the music of her dad, as you are with traveling around. I know you're getting ready for a trip to the Philippines. Again, you can get Jack's CDs at jackjonesmusicstore.com. And, Jack, appreciate you taking a few minutes. And
also, I got a couple on iTunes as well. I got a tribute to the Bergmans that I have up there. And,
oh, great.
And also a song called, an album called Love Ballad. So.
Great. Jack, next time you're in Florida, we'll definitely have you on to chat about it and promote the date. And appreciate you taking a few minutes. And again, Live in Liverpool 2013 is the name of the CD. Jack Jones has been our guest. Jack, we'll talk to you soon.
I'm glad you called. Thank you so much.